Hi guys, this is Carrie. Welcome to A Crone's Life. I just got back from visiting Witchy Wallflower in Arkansas, and we had such a fantastic time. When I got back, the first thing I did was start watching YouTube again. And I saw Maureen at Waves of Your Soul doing this tarot tag. Or actually she made this tarot tag. So I'm just gonna do it too because I love it. She has a list of standout decks, and her categories are 1 through 10. So we have 10 different categories. The first category is really easy. It's cute. So my standout cute deck, it is a Kickstarter, actually. I'm not sure how you would find it. It's probably on Etsy. But this is artwork that reminds me of my childhood. Like this was the style of art that I had on like my crib or my high chair when I was a baby. So it just, I don't know, it resonates with me. Let's just say that. And I've used it for quite a while now, and I really, really enjoy the readings that I get from it. So it is, for now, my standout cute deck. I'm trying to adjust the camera, so sorry. Okay, so this is called the Storybook Tarot. And se&keywords is the artist. So sorry. Like I said, it's from Kickstarter, so I'm not sure what the price is or anything. I look at these cute little babies. Oh my gosh. It's so sweet. It's so nice. I have such a fun time when I'm using this deck. All you crones out there, you're my age, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, see? I think that was something very close to that was on my high chair. Ugh. So adorable. So I don't really know what else to say about it because it's just a really cute deck. I mean, it gives straightforward messages. Whoops, it's upside down. I don't think it's like too fluffy or too, like, it's not too fluffy and it's not too cute. I think it just really delivers a pretty clear message each time. So see, I used to draw these little ducks. They were like my favorites. I don't know. Wish you guys could like talk to me and say, yeah, I remember. Because I feel so silly. It was such a popular art style in the 80s. Actually 70s, but yeah, more the 70s. I remember still drawing them in the 80s though, because I was in 6th grade. And I was still pulling up artwork like this to recreate. It was so fun. Oh. Okay, so this is the Storybook Tarot. Again, it's by se&keywords. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Etsy. It was one of those that really surprised me. I thought it was just going to be like a really cheap, you know, cash grab kind of deck. I couldn't resist it because of the artwork, but it turned out to be really good. Like, I don't have a problem with anything about it. It's kind of basic, but that's exactly what I wanted. So that's my cute deck. The second category is classical art. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I struggled trying to find classical art. But I do own the Baroque Tarot, and I do really love it. I use the small one more than I use the large one, so it might be in order. All right, so this is my classical art deck. I have a couple of classical art decks, but they're I think they're oracles. So I wanted to stick to tarot through all of this and make sure that I did, you know, I wanted to be consistent So, okay, that is focused. I think this team also did The Naked Truth. They have several Kickstarters that they've done, but this is the only one that I backed. Got a little chipping going on. Because I use, well, no, I don't use this one. Huh, I use the little one. Well, whatever, it's fine. I suppose I could have used the Terra Volatile. I've used it more than I've used this one, I believe. It's hard to recall because it's been a while since I've used the Terra Volatile. But these images are so nice, and I really appreciate how they use the style, but they didn't actually use the paintings of the artists. So that makes me really happy. It's fresh and new. So this is the Baroque Tarot. Third category is collage, standout collage decks, and I struggled with this one too, guys, because there are so many decks that I appreciate that are collage. They're all so different, but the one that stood out to me is the Journey of the Sacred Bee. This is a Thoth system deck, and it's by Kelly Burton. I think I have most of her stuff. Let's get close, and then maybe it'll focus correctly. But this one, because it's Thoth based and because it's like a fresh view of the cards, I love it. I just, every time I use it, I'm just amazed at how it feels and what it looks like. It's just so cool. So I have other collage decks that I like a whole lot, and I've used, I mean, so much. But the Tarot of Mystical Moments is one of them. I've got it over here. There's another one that I'm going to show you that you can find on Etsy. It is amazing, and it's small, so I travel with it. I'm trying to remember what it's called, because it's like a simple name, and I always forget, like, simple. It's so funny. But this is Journey of the Sacred Bee. So this is Journey of the Sacred Bee. I'm just going to show you a little bit of Tarot of Mystical Moments. I don't know. I've used that one so much. I have a hard time. I like this one better. Like, I feel like nowadays I reach for this one more if I'm just looking to do a collage, you know, get that feeling. But Tarot of the Mystical Moments, I've had longer, and I've really used the heck out of it. I have a pocket edition that I take with me whenever I go to visit people, and I like to use it for readings for other people, not just myself, because it seems to really hit the spot for everybody. Look at me not doing this right. But Tarot of Mystical Moments is so beautiful. I think after you've used something for a long time, you can't help it. You're so attached. You get attached. If it's good, it's good. but this is mass market, and I love it. And this big tarot deck is glossy, as you can see, and it has silver edges, which, in all honesty, if I had delicate hands, this would probably hurt my hands, but I don't, so it doesn't bother me. The size seems a little bit bigger than a regular tarot. This is Robert in Place next to Tarot of Mystical Moments. Yeah, it's slightly bigger than the Robert in Place. So I feel like this is more of a traditional size tarot deck. So this is one collage. I have one more to show you. Like I said, nowadays I'm really reaching more, if I feel collage-y, I'm reaching more for the Kelly Burton deck. This is To the Moon and Back. And it says so on the back of the cards, which is a little bit annoying because I don't like a whole lot of writing on the back of my cards, but I forgive it because this deck is so cool. It's just the right size for travel. I don't have a box, like I said, so it's really easy to throw the little bag in whatever I'm carrying, and it doesn't like have extra space. But as far as a collage goes, this is so fun. I really enjoy using this one. And like I said, sometimes I use things because they're the right size, sometimes they have the right system, sometimes, you know, I don't even know what it is, but this one is so cool because I've used it so much, it's like I know it inside and out. And that in itself makes it really, really fun to use. Again, I really did get this on Etsy. I can't remember the artist. Got all these extra cards back here. Maybe one of them says who it is. Lauren Rose Dulay. Charming Dinosaur Gifts, LLC. So, say that 5 times fast. Woohoo! I know, my thumb's all up in the way. Let's get these the right side up. You know, I don't think there's anything terribly special about this, but it's just right. I mean, it's just right. That's all there is to it. Makes sense. Everything about it makes perfect sense to me. So, To the Moon and Back. Journey of the Sacred Bee, and Tarot of Mystical Moments. These are my 3. I can't believe I picked 3. I have 3 collage decks. It's not even my favorite medium, but you know, when you're kind of picky about something, maybe you're always kind of looking for just the right thing. Oh, anyway, I don't know. Look at that death card. It's over. The show's over. Okay. That's the collage decks. The 4th category is nature decks, and I was really good. I had 3 or 4 sitting out, but I decided to put them away and just focus on the one that is the Standout deck. This is the Tarot of Strange Antlers. Marine at Waves of Your Soul also was the one that introduced me to it. It took forever for me to get it. Not for any other reason than I'm kind of slow on the trigger sometimes buying things. I try to make sure that I really want it. But it's all in French. The guidebook is lovely. I just use Google Translate to figure out if there's something extra special about each card. Oh, good. I'm throwing things down now. But it is mass market, and I'll just set it down on the floor with everything else. And it's all hand done art, a human-made art, as they would say. And I may have some of these upside down, I guess. Let's turn them around. This deck makes me feel like if I were to go feral, these are the feelings I would have. I often think about going feral. I think about just going out in the woods and living for 2 or 3 days. Not that I could stand it so long, but it sure would be nice to just get down to basics, like feeding myself, taking care of my safety needs, you know, just kind of feeling like I am part of nature again. It's all survival when you do that. But this reminds me of when I dream about being the wild woman in the woods, so yeah, it connects me back to nature. It makes me feel like I could actually do that. I could be a part of nature again. Not that I don't love my house or all of my amenities, because I do, obviously. Sitting here in my Winnie the Pooh onesie, I love my amenities. But yes, this deck definitely makes nature feel more present in my days, so I love this deck. Standout Nature Deck. Category number 5 is pop culture, your favorite pop culture deck. I have 2. One is just because I love the artwork so much, and I think it's pretty awesome. This is the Dragon Age Inquisition Tarot deck, and the artwork is gorgeous. I have not used this deck because there's so many reasons, but one, I've never finished the Dragon Age story. It's a video game, and I've never finished it, and so I feel kind of bad using the deck that I don't, you know, I'm not as connected to it as I probably should be to go to this deck, but the artwork is so beautiful. I adore this, and it was very pricey for me. I believe there were only 500 ever made for the people who bought the particular edition of Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't like the idea of using this deck just because what if I got fingerprints on these beautiful white borders? What if I bent a card? I mean, it's very precious, so I might be just saving it for the most precious moments. I don't know, but I also feel like I should finish the game. This is gorgeous. It has golden edges. All of the depictions are very, very on par, on point. That's the words I'm looking for. On point. It's very easy to read. But like I said, I don't really use this one. I just wanted to show you because the artwork is gorgeous to me. This is like my favorite kind of artwork. I see it a lot on Pinterest. Like there's a lot of artists that try to encapsulate that style, and I think they do a really good job. But the real tarot deck that I use that's pop culture, and I absolutely love it, is the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck. I did mark the cards. If anybody has this deck, you'll know that the suits are not clearly indicated on the cards. But let me just show you the Dungeons and Dragons tarot. Publishing. Yeah, and Wizards of the Coast, of course. So this, again, has that beautiful artwork. It's a little bit different. I like the edgier kind of... I don't know, something about the Dragon Age artwork is not as cute. It's kind of, like I was saying, edgy or grungy or something. This is a little more refined, but it still has that. And this is linen cardstock, is super thick and bouncy, and it's great. Like I said, I indicated the suit down at the bottom because it doesn't tell you which one it is, and it's easy enough. I mean, I did C for cups, and W for wands, S for swords, and P for pentacles. So, yep, I've got everything marked, and it works fine. I imagine with a little practice, I won't even need those little marks anymore. I'll just know it. But you can play role-playing games with this deck as well. You don't have to do tarot with it. There's instructions in the book on different games you can play. It's really interesting. I like it. Well, of course I do. It's a standout deck. Oh. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Just love it. And I'm so happy to hear the people who speak up about playing video games as well. I did not, would not have guessed that our tarot community is so involved in video games, so it makes me very happy, all the people who spoke up about that. That's really cool. But Dungeons & Dragons was a game that I played with my daughter when she was growing up. I played with my brother when we were growing up. Actually have enabled several young groups to get started doing these online live D&D sessions, and yeah, it's been great. It's a wonderful, fun thing, a way to use your imagination. And yeah, just escape reality for a while. You can be completely in part if you want to, you know, immerse yourself in the story. So this is Dungeons & Dragons. It's by Wizards of the Coast. It's put out by Potter. And you may have to mark your cards because the suits are not marked clearly. It's still a standout deck. So the 6th category is spooky. Standout spooky deck for me. It's hard for me to say. There's several that kind of look spooky to me, and they may not look spooky to you guys. And there's some that they seem really spooky, but I don't really think they are. But I decided to go with the Ruined Edifice because this is a new deck to my collection, and because I didn't expect it to be as spooky as it is, to be honest with you. So I still have this on the wrap. I have the wrapper on it. It's too easy to take on and off. I just keep it on there. It's the guidebook. I guess when I backed it on Kickstarter, I was thinking it was going to be a tiny bit brighter, more like you've taken paintings and kind of marked over faces and things like that, but that's not really how it is. It's really kind of dark, and some of the cards are kind of spooky to me. It is a Thoth system. See, this is kind of what I thought it was going to be like. See, he's got nothing. He's got a scribble scratch over his face, and I like the idea of, you know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This turned out to be a little bit of a spooky deck. So this is my choice, even though I haven't really used it. It's intriguing to me. I feel like I could use it and I'll enjoy it, especially because it's Thoth. But it is a little darker than I expected. Yeah, I don't know why. It kind of, to me, it just seems a little dark or spooky. So I picked this one, but I've got lots. I've got Tarot Obscuro. I know that one's real spooky. I have the Witches, the photograph deck. I can't remember. the Black Moon Witches, or something like that. I mean, those are all very spooky decks. And actually, the Abyssal Tarot is pretty spooky, too. It's underwater photography. There's a lot of kind of trippy, spooky decks in my collection, but this one, I just felt like it surprised me. It took me off guard. And I feel like I just really wanted to highlight the idea that it isn't necessarily meant maybe to be spooky, but it just is kind of spooky to me. I feel a little uneasy reading these cards. So yeah, this is my spooky deck. Let's see, it's by Tsubaki. I got it on Kickstarter. I think that there's a website you can go to get this deck. I don't think it's going to be out of print anytime soon. But it's intriguing. It draws me in, and yet I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, pretty interesting. So, this is the Ruined Edifice. It's my spooky deck. Even the backs are a little spooky. So the next category is modern, and I actually kind of took my collage decks over to the modern category. So my first choice was the Field Tarot because, again, I've had it forever, and it is a standout deck. It's something that I go back to over and over again. There is no edging on this deck. Because it has such light backs and light borders on the front, I will probably not edge it because I'm sloppy, and if there's not like a dark pattern or something to hide, camouflage the mistakes that I make, I would probably hate it. So I don't want to mess it up. This is Hannah Elizabeth Fonfana, or Fofana. She came out with this ages ago, and it is mass market. I'm pretty sure you can still find it. I find it to be very modern without being too cheeky. It's still very serious. Oh, well, there's a guy in armor. I don't know, maybe he's LARPing. But this deck is so neutral for me. I can use it for anything, and I really appreciate that. I won't go into it too much. It is also, it feels Toth-based. I think it is, but it's got the keywords, so that helps me out a lot. I really love this deck. As far as a standout deck, it always pulls through for me. Like, I can do any kind of reading with it, and it gets me back to basics. It's really good. So this is my standout deck, but I wanted to mention, because what if this one is too neutral and not quite modern enough? Right. It's just because I have too many loves. I love my decks. I wanted to mention Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. This one feels very, this is Lania Simone. Lania Simone. I don't know why I can't say anything right today, but it's also mass market. I love it. I don't know why I feel like it's very, well, that's probably why I feel like it's modern. It does have a modern feel to it. It's not too cluttered. It's not too it's not too busy with the symbolism. I think the colors are beautiful. Absolutely a go-to. It does have edging. This is like an aqua color edging, teal-ish. Wowie zowie. I love this deck. Yeah. But this feels maybe a little bit more modern. Maybe it maybe it shows that current age a little better than the Field Tarot, but definitely looks like these are people that, well, this looks like an ancestor, but it looks like people you would see out and about. So I was just on a collage kick. I was trying to find the right collage deck for this, and my mind was everywhere, and I just picked them all up and said, I love all of these. I want to show all of these. And these go back like ages ago. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing decks that are like from this year, but there's no way. I don't have that many diverse style of decks for that I bought last year or had come in this year yet. But the third one is the Superlunaris. Again, like the Cosmic Seed, I just feel like it is very, very modern, very good collage, very neat, tidy, clean, and he's wearing a hoodie. I mean, what isn't modern about hoodies and babies riding on dogs? I mean, really. Oh, funny. Sorry, I'm being silly. That's like at Burning Man or something. There's a little bit of fantasy in here, but mostly this is just, it looks like it's just poses. Like we're just going to make sure that everybody's doing the thing that they do in the card. Yeah, some of this stuff is kind of LARPing, but you know, she's got a graphic tee on. That's pretty current age. Those are like the pregnancy pictures people take for their scrapbooks. Beautiful. So much fun. So anyway, this is the Superlunaris. It has peach or rose gold edges. Rose gold, and then the backs are beautiful. Okay, so the next is Mythology. That's number 8 on the list. And don't worry, I only have 2 for that one. First of all, I have the Yokai Yoshi. This is by Plague. And when I fell in love with this deck, it was out of print. I was so, so sad. I went to Tim and Allen's Marketplace, and I was just reminded of this story the other day when I was talking to Kathy. But I remember going to Tim and Allen's, and they're like, you can put down what you're searching for. You can put down what your unicorn deck is, and this was my unicorn deck. I was like, oh, I want this so bad. And I promise it was only like 2 weeks after I posted, I found Plague's email address. And so I sent them a message asking when they were going to have a new printing and if they would put me on a list. And of course they did. And I got this deck from the creator, so that was really cool. The cardstock is really nice, sturdy but thin, so it's super easy to shuffle. The yokai are fun. Some of them everybody knows, some of them nobody knows. I still have to go to the guidebook sometimes to check out their stories, but that is fun for me. I really like to do research. I like to kind of go down a rabbit hole sometimes and just learn all there is to know about something I didn't know anything about the day before. So this is cool. This is my favorite. I have one other Mythology deck because it's kind of new to my edition. It's a new addition to my collection. If I could slow down and just talk instead of trying to race, it would probably be better. Isn't this gorgeous? I love this deck. Okay. I'm just going to show a couple more cards and then we'll move on to the next deck, because this is not an advertisement for Yokai Yoshi, although if everybody loved it as much as I would feel very, what do you call it? validated in my love for this deck. I think most people do. I think the only people that are not crazy about this deck are the ones that don't enjoy going to the guidebook and checking the stories, the mythology, each little yokai and what it means. I think, and that's valid, because if you're going to just sit down and do a tarot reading, you might be thrown off by pausing and going to look in the guidebook for what this creature means to that card. So I totally get it. But I'm weird and I like research. So that truly, truly, truly is my standout deck for mythology, but I just got the Mythweaver Tarot, and this is so nice. Oh, again, it's Lilenia Simone. I'm not going to pull out the guidebook because it's gigantic. It's got everything in it. It's amazing. I've used this just once. See, there's a codex under there, and it's like super thick. It's gigantic. But I haven't had a ton of time to play with it. I like how simple it is. I love the matte black. It holds your attention. I got the ones that have the labeling at the bottom. It's really important to me to know what I'm looking at. Funny, right? But something about this, it's just, I don't know. She came up with such a great idea of doing the black images on these beautiful colored borders or surroundings. It's so cool. So I have to say this one might be a contender for my favorite. I haven't quite decided though. I might need to use them together. It feels like two cards. I guess it's not. But yeah, I could use one week and use one the next week and then kind of make a decision about it. But it could have to do with moods too, because, you know, that's why we have so many decks, because we have moods. So yep. You know, I look at this one and I think, oh, there's Hanuman. He's on my necklace today. I look at these images and I think to myself that this and any of the Broccoli magazine decks, they would go together really well. I bet. Something about the botanicals and the colors, it just seems like it. Yep, just speeding through this because this isn't a walkthrough. It's just, I'm telling you what I like. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a standout deck. I am so excited to start using it on a regular basis. More regularly, I should say. So that's the Mythweaver Tarot by Lilenia Simone. It just came out from Kickstarter, but I think it's available at her website. Of course, we'll know if I can post it down in the description box, so that'll work out great. So, category number 9 is traditional. And again, I had a hard time with traditional because I have a lot that seem traditionally based. I don't know, traditional style, all-encompassing, traditional, I don't know. So if I missed the mark on this, try not to hurt my feelings too bad in the comments. Ha ha ha, just kidding, you guys are so sweet. I picked the Hanson Roberts as my standout deck, and I absolutely adore this tiny one. I have both the full size and the tiny one. I just wanted to show you the tiny one because I love it so much. Oh, okay, wait. That one card is turned around. Okay, So these are the backs. Hanson Roberts is an older deck. It's probably the first deck that I had was a Hanson Roberts tarot deck. I have not quite figured that out. I keep kind of, I keep changing my mind because I see the universal weight, and it's also Hanson. She did the artwork for the universal weight, and it could have been that one. I don't know. But this is the one I have. And I claim it because I really, really enjoy it. It takes me back to college when I was first working with tarot, and it just makes me feel that little arrogant, what you call it, you know, putz head that I was. It just makes me feel the you know, confidence that you have in youth with tarot. So I'm so sorry that it's not, maybe if I lock it, it'll stay focused. I really do have a janky setup. My husband's so sweet. He's talking about upgrading some things for me, and that would be nice, but for right now, I have a janky setup. But this is Hanson Roberts. This is the pocket edition. This is so sweet. I love this deck. Yes, it can kick your butt because it's traditional. It's very balanced. That's what it does. That's its job. So that's that. I also picked the Golden Art Nouveau tarot as a traditional tarot, and it's also a pocket edition because I'm funny that way. I really don't know if this counts as traditional. It feels traditional to me. Like, I definitely think this is a traditional deck, but maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let's make sure that how is the focus? Pretty okay? Okay, it's pretty okay. The pocket edition does not have the shiny gold. It has this kind of matte gold on the images. The backs are simple. I mean, just the Tree of Life or some such. Yeah, it's just a normal Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And like I said, I took this one to New Zealand and I did my son's readings with this, and this was really, really nice. It's easy for everyone to look at. There's nothing too gruesome or weird or sexual or whatever about the cards. It's easy to read, and it's very straightforward. And I like the artwork. I really enjoy using this deck when I just need, say, a palette cleanser or something like that. But as far as the word traditional goes, I'm just not sure exactly what kind of window of comfort goes in the traditional category. I have one other deck I wanted to show you because I feel like it is traditional, but it's not usual, if that makes any sense. But this is the Golden Art Nouveau tarot. I really like this artwork. It's by Lo Scarabeo, and the pocket edition is teeny weeny. Teeny tiny. The Tarot of the Toiling Hands, I feel like this is traditional because there's nothing too out of the ordinary with the imagery. Like, it is a Toth-based deck. It's all black and white. I say it's Toth-based. It's because he has these, the Child of Escape and Master of the Missing, but the imagery really is like Rider-Waite-Smith. So it could be that it's just very middle, you know, it's putting the two together in a way. But Esme is the artist. I don't know if we're going by pronouns of he, she. So I just say they. But they're a tarot, no, sorry. Yes, of course they're a tarot deck creator. No, they're a tattoo artist. And I found this on Etsy, and of course the artwork is gorgeous. And I love the titles. So everything seems very traditional, but I mean, you tell me. I don't know. It's definitely a standout deck, though. Definitely something that I would want to protect in case of a house fire or some such. Again, I'm not going to do any edging on it because it's white on both the front and the back. This is the guidebook. No, I'm lying. This is the guidebook. And these are the backs. And there's no way I could edge it. It would just, it'll just have to look dirty until I get better at edging. But I'm throwing that into my traditional because I think this is a standout deck, and there's really not another category that makes sense for this one, so I went with traditional. SMA Baker Tattoo. Tarot of the Toiling Hands. Okay, the very last category on this list is fantasy, and I am very much like Maureen. I adore fantasy. I have way too many. Way too many fantasy decks. I will show you the standout deck first, and this is fantasy. Children of Ostara. I love Zia Hunt's work. I love Children of Litha. I relearned how to read tarot using her Children of Litha deck. It gave me so many different ways of looking at cards that I had to go through and just I reimagined the meanings in my own mind. So let's see if we can stay focused. These are the Children of Ostara. This is her second Wheel of the Year decks, and I've had this for a little while, and I do feel the same way about this that I do Children of Litha. I adore it. Have the matching. This is such a good altar cloth too. It's not even a cloth. It's like a mouse pad kind of texture. It's so sturdy and nice. Is that still? Yeah, that's still focused. Okay. So this one is about plants and plant people hybrids, and the other one is about like creatures and human hybrids. So they have mermaids in them and things like that. So there's more animals in the other one. There's more plants in this one. There's her Wheel of the Year. And she has a lot of merch on her website. Coins, she has pentacles, not pentacles, pendulums. This is the day. I'm gonna mess everything up. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. She created the backs all the same so that in case you want to trade out Ostara or Litha cards, you can just make your own deck. I do believe she's planning to do the other seasons of the, or sorry, other Sabbats of the Wheel. I may not even be saying that right. You know, the Wheel of the Year stuff. She's doing all of those. So that is one fantasy deck. This is another one I've had for ages, but they redid the quality of it on Kickstarter. I have the really old one back in the other room that does not have any edging on it and is probably not this great cardstock that this is. It is not linen. It is like semi-gloss, or you can see the sheen. It's slick, but not, you know, doesn't slide everywhere. This is an artist from Ukraine. I backed it way back in the beginning of the war when Russia started invading Ukraine, and I was just trying to support artists from the area, just trying to make sure that, you know, my money followed my morals. So I was supporting them, and not a moment of regret. The artwork on this is amazing. They're fairies. There's dragons in here. Oh, I don't know. He's a fawn. Like, there's so much going on. Little dragons. Oh, angels. There you go. But yes, this gives me all kinds of great readings. This is the deck that I go to when I am feeling greedy and it's difficult for me to stop feeling all of the materialism, consumerism urges. The coins suit in this really screams stop spending money to me. So it's not preachy, but it definitely makes me feel ashamed of wanting more material things, because you know we can live without it. But see, these dragons are not nice dragons. These are like the it's like the vice inside of you just coming out in dragon form. So this deck to me is all about getting my priorities in check, making sure that I appreciate what I have and don't try to replace or, you know, move through too much material items. And yeah, it's a good deck for that, for me anyway. I mean, like you can see, these are those ghosty dragons again. This one's the hoarding. It's really, yeah, the chains, and it just to me, it speaks to greed and just tries to remind me that, you know, that's unappealing to be greedy. It's unattractive. It's unsavory. Don't be greedy. I love this deck. So this is the newer version. This is the good bouncy cardstock, edges that are soft and gold. It's called the Four Worlds Tarot by Dark Sinvir. I got my first copy off of Etsy. I got this one off of Kickstarter, but I believe that there is other distribution sites that have this deck. I was trying to remember. I'll look for it and put it in the description box below, but this is my second fantasy deck that it's very standout, very lovely. It speaks to me in a completely different way. This is a brand new deck. Tarot from the World Behind the Veil. I just got this from Kickstarter. This one is still in the wrapping. I showed you guys this deck on a walkthrough using the small one. I like to have a travel size because we do go places. This is Marga Biazzi. Oh, look what I did. I just did that. Not cool, man. Okay, Marga Biazzi. She is Italian. What matters is that she does the most amazing artwork, and I love, love, love her work. I will collect everything she ever does if I can. But her fantasy style is gorgeous. I have the, is it Yokai tarot of hers? And that's another one that could have been in Mythology, but I just, I wanted to highlight the ones I wanted to highlight. So this one gets the fantasy side. Love, love her artwork. She has a couple of oracles. Oh, focus. See if I can lock it. Maybe that'll work better. Yeah, she has a couple of oracles, and a couple of tarot decks. She has some books that are, you know, short stories type things, illustrated. I can't really speak to how this reads. I mean, I'm sure it reads great because I can see how everything, you know, follows the Rider-Waite-Smith system, but I haven't used it, so I can't really say for certain whether or not I get out of it what I think I will get out of it. But this is my third fantasy tarot deck. Like I said, I'm trying to stay all tarot with this one, with this little set of prompts. And I'm going to skip ahead because I think that there was, yes, there's one more deck that I really wanted to show you guys. These are the backs. Gosh, I hope that that's focused. My eyes are so bad. Okay. So we're doing standout decks, and it's really important to me to feature decks that I know I like, that really read well. Let me redo this. And I can't really say, I can't have a complete list without talking about the Litha Tarot as far as standout decks go. When I first received this deck, it was a couple of years ago. Again, I did Kickstarter. There's something that reads so perfectly in this deck. It hits me in the feels every time. And I don't know if this would be fantasy. I don't know if it'd be artsy-fartsy. I don't know what category I would put this in, but I wanted to just make sure that I threw it in here for standout decks, like just that. Yep, pulls me in, drags me around, gives me the readings that, you know, I just have to spend time with. I just have to think about all the things that it says. This is a deck that I think I would really benefit if I just pull one card a day and really spent that whole day thinking about one single card and doing that sort of deep dive with it. I have done so many readings with it, and it just leaves me either baffled or sometimes too emotional to talk about it. So it is a wonderful, gorgeous deck. And I don't think I talk about it enough. I don't think I've brought it up nearly as much as I should have. So this is my shout out to the Litha Tarot by Little Darkness, Marion Constantin, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get this on her website. There's an older version that does not have the gold on the back and on the front. I don't think she's done edging on any of her decks, but I'm not positive. She also does the Reclaim Oracle. And there's a couple of different versions of that one. I don't have the most recent Reclaim, but that's okay. Like I was saying before, I don't have to have everything. I'm really not a completionist. I am greedy. That's the worst. That is really the worst. I am greedy. But I don't have to have everything. Let's just trying to stick with this low buy, no buy year, and so far it's been low buy. Thank goodness. I've been able to do that pretty well. But these kind of activities, going through all my decks and finding standout decks, going through the cardstock and just feeling everything for, you know, what's the pros and cons with this deck? Is the cardstock something somebody would, you know, gripe about? Just getting my hands back on all of these decks is such a good exercise for not purchasing new, because you realize what you have is so great, it's so fantastic, that why would I need another deck when I've got this perfect one right here? So thank you, Maureen, for doing these prompts, and I hope that this was fun for anyone to watch, and I will catch you guys later. Have a great week. Bye.